Hi, welcome to another yoga class with Sarah. Today we're going to be looking at the sun salutations. It's around the time of the summer solstice here today. So traditionally we'll do some rounds of the sun salutations to celebrate everything amazing about the sun and sunshine and the summer. It's the longest day of the year, hopefully lots of sunshine and just a beautiful time of the year. So a good thing to celebrate, just connecting with that wonderful sun energy by moving the body. So there are lots of ways that you can modify the sun sequence. Traditionally you can use the downward dog, but if that doesn't work for you, then you can use the cat. Also, you can do the cobra, but for some people who prefer a gentler back bend and posture, then the Sphinx can work. You don't have to do the plank, particularly if you do have shoulder injuries or upper body issues, then you may just want to do the crocodile. So I'll talk you through that as we go. But we'll begin with some beautiful warm-ups just to get the heart rate up and get the blood pumping and just stretch and warm up the key muscle groups of the body. And then we'll do the sun sequence together. So getting up onto your mat. And we're just going to begin by just walking through the feet. So just simply walking through the feet, feel that connection through the soles of the feet. So bring your awareness down into the feet and just feel the pressure, feel that connection through the earth. And then just start to raise the knees up just a little bit higher. So warm up through those hip joints. You'll start to feel the calves activating and the quadriceps in the front of your thighs and all around the hips. And then if you want to, you could add some arms. So just bringing the arms up, almost like you're climbing up a ladder. And we're doing an alternate hand to alternate knee. And then we're just going to pause for a moment and we're going to do same arm and same leg. Just keep that going. So bringing those knees up as high as you can. Starting to feel that into your hips, and hopefully you can feel your body starting to warm up. And then we'll pause, gather your breath, take a breath, and then we're going to start working on a number of movements to the side designed to stretch out lots of different parts of the body. So we're going to begin by anchoring the left foot and moving the right foot forwards and backwards. Forwards and backwards, keeping that left foot where it is. I'm going to the side so you can see exactly what I'm doing. And then bring the back of the hands forward and take the palms behind. You might just want to add a little lunge without overshooting that foot with that right knee. And start to feel a stretch by drawing the elbows and the little fingers gently together. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and out. Do two more. And then the next time, just hold. You might like to just push into that left heel. Draw the shoulder blades apart. Stretch. And then lowering the arms. Bring the feet together. And then we'll anchor the right foot and start to move the left. So you can make this as strong and dynamic or as gentle as you want. So you can add a lunge. But we're really focusing on stretching into the back calf and the latissimus dorsi muscle on either side of the back into the shoulder area. And the next time we come forward, let's hold again. Push into that right calf. Draw the elbows and the little fingers gently together so you can see here that I haven't got much gap. And just breathe. Relax into the neck and the shoulders. And and then release the arms, bring the feet together. And we're going to continue with a similar move now to stretch out the hamstrings. So this time, bring your right leg forward and your left leg back. Just take that left foot on an angle a bit, so there's no pressure on the knees. And we're just going to do a gentle raise and then coming down. So you might want to add a back bend in here to start warming up the spine. If you know your back doesn't like back bends, or you're a little bit tweaky in that lower back, then just come upright and keep the hands a bit lower. You can take the arms up if you want to make it a little more dynamic. And just feel that sense of stretch and release behind that right thigh. And then the next time we come forward, let's hold and give that hamstring a bit of an extended stretch. So we're feeling it right behind the thigh, not behind the knee, not into the sitting bones. Just a lovely, satisfying stretch into the main heart of the hamstring there. And then bend that knee and support yourself to come up. And we'll swap over and do the other side. Take your toes off at the angle, so in the same direction as your knee. And off we go. Breathing in and breathing out. So keep that rhythm going with your breath. Keep a flow. Just enjoy stretching and moving the body in this lovely dynamic way. And then the next time we come forward, we'll just hold again and stretch into that left side. So your right knee is bent and your left leg is straightened. If you want a stronger stretch, you can flex that left foot. But for many people, you won't need to do that to get a good strong stretch into the hamstring. You might want to put your nose on your knee or your forehead. And then soften that left knee and up you come. And then finally, we're going to do the clapping warrior to really warm up through the legs. So we're going to do a bit of a balance. So take the weight onto the left foot and we come up and then back. Up and back. So your abdominals are working for you. Got a bit of a balance going on. Nice strengthening through the legs. And then we can add the arms. So starting to stretch across the pectoralis muscles into the chest. Maybe speed it up a little bit if you're feeling very energetic today. And then next time we come back, just pause, push again into that calf, and you may just want to draw the hands together behind the back and give the front of the chest a stretch as well. So if you've had a shoulder injury, then you'll just want to work very gently, maybe at the wrists. But otherwise you can clasp the fingers, draw the shoulder blades together, and even raise the arms up a little, so that you're getting a good strong stretch in that upper body. And then on an out breath, releasing the arms, bringing the feet back together, and we'll do it all again on the other side. So engage your core muscles, pull in through your pelvic floor, and then lift and back. Add in your clap if you want to, a little bit of coordination. We'll do 3 more. You might start to feel your gluteal muscles kicking in your buttocks. So good tone in there, and then pause, stretch that back calf muscle, taking that chest stretch as much as you want, bend your right knee, and then lift. So just listen to your body, let it be your guide, just work as whatever feels good for you. We're just going to breathe and release, and then letting go, feet come back together. We're going to just gently bend the spine and twist the spine so that it feels nice and warmed up. So feet are hip distance apart, nice long spine, engage your core. I'm going to breathe in and breathe out, come over to the side, open up the side of the body, breathe in and breathe out, and we'll do the same on the other side. Nice long spine before you go to the side. And then up and down. So we always lengthen the spine first. We don't want any crunching in the spine as we take it into a beautiful side bend. Just allowing the spine to move in all the ways that it likes to move. And then pausing, take the feet out wide, making sure the toes are in the same direction as your knees. So we've got no strain around the knees here, and you feel nice and strong through the feet. So the wider your stance, the stronger this warm-up is going to be. So just do what feels good for you. Could be that you're just here, or you might like to be a little wider. And we're going to do some circles. So we'll start with the hands up above the forehead, and then we circle the arms round. And as the arms open above the head, we come back down again. So take care not to be coming in, so you don't want to be coming in onto the insides of those feet. You want to keep the weight coming down through the legs and push into the outside edges of your feet. And we can coordinate this move with the breath, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. Lovely way to open up those lungs. Really get that prana working through the body, that beautiful life force. And the next time the hands come together, if you want to, we're just going to hold. Not for too long, for about the count of 5, to really engage through those hip adductors into the inner thigh. Hopefully you can feel that working a little, and then we're just going to gradually come out, release the hands, keep your stance wide, and we'll just take ourselves over into a wide lunge. So you can take your arm as well if you want to extend that, really stretch into the side of the body. And we also want to just stretch into the inner thigh, the hip adductors. So lengthen and stretch, releasing any tension there into the intercostals, breathing in and breathing out. We'll do one more on each side, and then pause. And if you know that you're okay to do forward bends, then just taking a moment to do a wide angle forward bend. Walk those fingers out a bit, give your back a fabulous stretch, feel it in your hamstrings again, in the back of your legs. You might like to relax your head and then walk the hands back, toe heel in. So toes come in, heels come in. Refresh your core muscles for a moment, soften the knees, and let's come up nice and slow, uncurl that spine, taking the hands all the way up the centre of the body. Give yourself a wonderful stretch, and then breathe out and release. Take a moment, just check in with yourself, see how you're feeling after those movements. Hopefully you already feel more energized. We've done lots of fabulous breathing there. And we're now going to move on to the sun sequence. So as I mentioned at the beginning, you can, if you like, you can modify, because this is quite a strong dynamic sequence, but it's important that anybody can do this sequence and enjoy the benefits of it. So if you know that because of blood pressure or heart issues or something like that, that you don't like to do an inversion, then when we come to the downward dog, then a lovely spinal wave in the cat would be great. So just so you know, your cat is hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. We just do a very gentle spinal wave with the core engaged. So that's your alternative to the dog if you want it. Okay, let's get started. So bring yourself onto the end of your mat. So I'm going to go sideways so that you can see me. And I'm going to bring the hands into Namaste. So push the thumbs into your sternum, relax through the shoulders, and just take a moment just to connect with your breath. Your feet are hip distance apart, your knees are soft, just being aware that your pelvis is in neutral, and as you breathe in, lengthen through the spine, all the way up to your neck. Just feel your feet connected through the earth. And this is a beautiful sequence that works the whole body and is all about celebrating the incredible energy of the sun. So that's what we're keeping connected with. That's the energetics of this wonderful sequence. You might even like to visualize for yourself maybe a special wonderful day, maybe with the sun going over the sunset, or feeling the sensation of warm sunshine on your skin, breathing it in and just enjoying that sun energy. And then opening the palms, making sure you've switched your core muscles on. And we're going to do 3 forward spinal waves and then coming back up. So breathing in as the hands come up the center of the body, gentle back bend, and then breathing out as you come down. And again, breathing in, coming up. Breathing out, coming down. I'm just going to do one more. Breathing in. And then we're going to pause in a forward bend. Just pausing where you are. And then taking the left leg back. You may want a blanket or support because we're going to pop that left knee down on the floor. So if you know that you get a bit sore in your knees, then just pop something under your knee. And then we'll do 3 lovely spinal waves again in a kneeling position. If you're happier standing up, then you can actually do this in a front lunge. Just standing lunge. And then pause as you put your hands either side of your right foot. And from here, we've got options. So you can either just take yourself down into a crocodile, just lying flat on the floor with the legs wide and your forehead on the back of your hands. Or if you want something stronger, we can go into a plank or a half plank. So if you want to do that, tuck those toes, lift the knee, and down we come. So we don't want the bottom sticking up, the core muscles working hard. We're just going to hold with the gaze just in between the hands and then gently lower the body down. Pop your fingertips by your eyes, put your forehead on the floor and relax through the buttocks. Engage your core muscles, pull in through your pelvic floor and use your lower back muscles to gently lift the spine. We're going to pop the elbows under the shoulders and make a nice straight line between the elbows and the middle fingers of both hands. Lift through the sternum and just allow your gaze to just drop just ahead of your fingertips. And here we have the beautiful Sphinx. If you're familiar with the Cobra and you prefer to use that, then you can do that instead. But this is a beautiful posture in its own right. And then on and out breath, lowering down. Take the hands a little bit further down and either go into your cat now and just do some spinal waves with the cat, or if you know that you're happy with a downward dog, then take yourself up. Take the hands down a little bit further, up onto the knees, and then back onto your feet. Tailbone goes back. Relax the head in between the arms. Feel that beautiful sense of energy pouring down into the neck and the head. Stretch into the hamstrings. If you'd like to add a leg lift here, that you could do that. So just lifting one leg and then the other leg, but you don't have to do that. And then you've got choices. So you could come back down onto your hands and knees, or if you're feeling super strong and flexible, come up onto your fingertips and just allow the right leg to come forward so your right foot is in between your hands. And then we're back where we started, 3 kneeling spinal waves, or you could be in your standing lunge now if you prefer. And then the hands pause by the front of that right foot And we're going to bring ourselves into a forward bend. So support yourself if you need to, or if you're able to do that in one dynamic move, just tuck those left toes and bring the left foot to join the right. Refresh your core muscles, and we'll do 3 spinal waves. Breathe it out, enjoying that sense of freedom and ease into the spine. Imagine bathing yourself in that glorious sunshine and taking that sunshine into your heart. And we pause. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm just going to swap sides so that you can see me really well. So we're just going to do exactly the same thing, but this time we're going to work to the left. So pause if you need to, grab a drink. If you did find that you needed any support for your knees or anything like that, or if your wrists felt a little bit sore and you want to maybe create a little bit of a wedge so that it's not so tight on your hips, then grab yourself any props that you need to before we start again. So bring yourself back into your beautiful mountain posture. Check that your hips are forwards. You've got a nice alignment into the pelvis. Have a breath. Just see if you can connect with that beautiful sun energy again. We're going to breathe that sun into our hearts, feeling that sense of energy and standing in our own power as we open the hands. And 3 spinal waves. Using the breath now, feel the breath. We're going to pause in a forward bend here. And this time, you're going to take the right leg back. So you could either do this in a standing lunge. So this is an example of the standing lunge. If this feels happier for you and you don't like to kneel. Or if you are comfortable kneeling, then you can do that spinal wave in a kneeling position. The good thing about Dream Yoga is you can always modify. And anybody can do it. Okay, so this is our opportunity for a plank. So this time I'll do a half plank, see whether that might feel happier for some of you. So full plank, you're going to tuck those right toes under and sweep that left leg back and have the upper body raised off the floor. For a lower plank, you may just want to come down gently onto your forearms and support yourself through your knees. It's super important that you're using your core and you've got a nice straight spine so you're not sticking up through your bottom here. And then we'll gently lower down. You can either do the Sphinx again, where you pop your fingertips by your eyes and bring your elbows under your shoulders, or if you want to do a stronger posture now, pop your hands just a little bit further down the body, forehead down to the floor, engage your core and lift. So we keep the abdomen engaged with the floor, so we're not looking to do too strong a back bend, and just lengthen through the spine, lift through the sternum, relax the shoulders, and then down we come. Take the hands down the body a little bit more, so you can either do your cat now, or if you want to do the downward dog again, take the tailbone back, lift up through those legs. If your heels aren't easily touching the floor, maybe just take your legs a little bit wider. You can keep your knees a bit bent. If your hamstrings are tight, you're going to find this quite a strong posture. So just work with your body. And if you want to add a left leg lift and then a right leg lift, you might like to do that. And just make sure that you give yourself the opportunity to really stretch and enjoy that beautiful movement in the upper back. So relax your head in between your arms. And then when you feel ready, either coming down into hands and knees, and then bringing your left foot forward, or you might just want to do it in that more dynamic move, where you go up onto your fingertips, use your core muscles, and bring that foot in. So it's up to you. We'll do 3 spinal waves here again. Breathing out, lifting your gaze, and one more, and then pause, and we'll come back into that forward bend. So right foot joins the left, and 3 spinal waves to finish, following the rhythm of your breath. Breathing out. Almost like you're drawing up that beautiful sunlight up the whole centre of your body, and then surrounding yourself with it. Beautiful, positive energy and sunlight. And then bringing the hands back into Namaste. Taking a couple of deep breaths. Just breathe in that light, that sense of vitality and positivity into your heart. Feeling your feet connected to the earth. Your spine long, feeling stable and strong. So thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the sun sequence. Traditionally that's done 108 times on the sun solstice, so if you feel so inclined, then just keep going for another 107. In the meantime, it's good to see you, good to connect, and I'll see you again soon. Namaste.